Hello again. Welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. We're going to be reading for some random signs. We're not doing anything in any particular order again. I want to give a little bit more spontaneity to the readings. And so for today, I think we're going to read for Gemini. Yeah, Gemini, you're up next to bat. So we just read for Sagittarius, and that story is uploading to the channel. What we're going to do now, read for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the month of June 2024. These are going to be general readings that give a bit of a deep dive into the energies taking place for that period of time. So if you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe. Also, be sure to ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates. And if you would also like a personal reading, please reach out to me in the information in the description box provided below. That way, if you'd like a reading, you can get one that's attuned to your specific energies, and that will resonate with you more directly than the general readings provided here on this channel. That said, also please beware of scammers. I would not take any money from you without you coming to me first. Hence the reason for the Blink link that I provided in the description box for all bookings. I would never solicit anything directly to you or reach out to you on a WhatsApp message or something like that in a scam way. That said, we're going to go ahead and get into things now. We're going to read for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to pull from two new decks. The first deck here is the Moonology deck, which I've been using for these readings, and I find them to be quite fascinating cards here. And additionally, lots of people around the tarot community have been using that deck. It's quite popular amongst them. One that is not as popular, but one that I love and actually has a good deal of synchronicity to them, is the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is what I'll be using for the tarot portion of this reading. I like the energies within this. It's a very natural and very spirit totem based predictions for this, for the image, predictions for the reading, but also the imagery itself is laden with a lot of spirit totem messages. So we'll be using that for the main portion of the reading. Let's go ahead and get started. What oracle messages have we got for Gemini? 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 Stop here. I read the oracle messages in the upright. So let's find out what we've got here. First message. Okay. Second message here. Okay. And the third message. We've got 4 messages. Interesting. So I'll read them as well. Well, we have a very transformative, series of messages from the Moonology Oracle. So in many cases, we saw a lot of people getting new moon messages where there was an increase, a slow increase from the void moon into, from the void moon into the crest of an illumination of a specific energy. So you have 4 messages here. The first one is, you and your loved ones are safe. I think Sagittarius got that one at the bottom of the deck for their reading. And what this indicates to me is that, you are in a safe space for you to be able to nurture and grow the manifestations that you're choosing to grow for this period. We also have be bold and make the first move, which is the cardinal moon. And cardinal signs, cardinal energies are basically they're energies that they initiate things and they push things into action. So those would be your signs like Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. So in essence, we have 3 Cancer cards here, which is crazy because this is a Gemini reading. So if you have Cancer in your chart, this is definitely the reading for you. So being bold and making that first move is asking you to channel that cardinal energy. And then we have a personal issue reaches resolution. So that's the full moon in Cancer. 3 Cancer cards, plus these are all moons. And when we have this full moon in Cancer, that's the fullness of the intuition that you're receiving as a kind of download, which is allowing you to resolve the issues within your life. And doing so, I get the impression, or I get the message that, this is a testament to your fortitude. Cancers are tough on the outside, very soft on the inside. Kind of like a, hot pocket or something, I don't know. It's very interesting as kind of like life's experiences have kind of hardened you on the outside. And it's very interesting for a Gemini reading, especially because Geminis are known to be adaptive and, able to move in between the energies that are thrown at them. However, with this, it seems like with all the Cancer energy, it seems like life has made it very difficult for you. And in response, you've had to toughen up quite a bit on the outside, despite being a rather mild person on the inside. And furthermore, we have expect powerful change. That's the new moon eclipse. We did have a few eclipses. We had one eclipse in April, and that was quite a difficult period there because it brought about some quite shocking events. It was almost like tower events. And I found that during these periods, some pretty negative energies came through in life and just made everything a bit stagnant and not so easy to deal with. But we do know that the eclipses bring about those changes. So it's clearing out all the dead weight, all the clutter from from your psychology and your karma as well, which in turn will allow you to make the forward progress after that, once the light of the moon is revealed once again. So I'm going to set these to the side. We're going to go ahead and start talking about your tarot. So let's get started with that. So what's in the tarot for, getting clumsier, apologies. What's in the tarot for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, June 2024? What's in the tarot for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, June 2024? What's in the June 2024 reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant? What's taking place for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for June 2024? Stop here. All right, let's clean this up a bit. Now, get started. Current energy for Gemini. Wow. No matter how many times I shuffle the deck, and this is a new deck, I keep getting the Seven of Cups in the reversed. It's come out for Sagittarius, it's come out, I think, for Libra, and it's come out for another sign as well. Okay, challenge. Daughter of Pentacles. Again, I shuffle these cards to death, and these cards keep coming out. What's in the recent past? Okay. Okay, that's interesting. What about the near future? Okay, now the Fool, and we also have Father of Swords in the reverse. So, seems like Gemini is coming off of the rocker a little bit. But we'll find out exactly what's going on here. At the core energy, 3 of Wands. At the crown, we have Four of Swords. That just came out for Sagittarius. Outcome. Son of Pentacles. The same cards are coming out for Gemini that were coming out for Sagittarius. And the advice. Okay, interesting. All right, so what we have here at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. So this is in the reverse, meaning that things are coming to a conclusion. You're finally dropping a lot of the burdens that are taking place within your current, astrological journey. And what we find here is that when we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse, oftentimes we've been carrying a burden throughout our lives, whether that's psychologically or financially or whatnot. I can pull a card. What is the burden that they've been carrying? So it's the Queen of Cups. It's probably on the psychological or emotional level. And what's been taking place for you is you're trying to clear out that mental attic that you have been faced with over the last few months or even years. I'm getting, for some reason, years. And when we have a person in the 7 of Cups as they're reading, what we see is that the person is trying to come out of a period of confusion or overwhelming emotions. Oftentimes it can indicate like there were a lot of options in the past and now you're giving those up, or possibly that you were dealing with a lot of gaslighting from other people. So if you were dealing with someone who was abusive, this may have indicated that they were controlling you using forms of gaslighting, which essentially is making you think that you're crazy, that things didn't happen or certain issues didn't take place when they actually did. But what I see mostly, it's like you're navigating out of murky, good grief, I cannot speak today. You're navigating out of murky waters, which are allowing you to become a bit more stable and grounded. Because the challenge here is the Daughter of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. In the reverse, this means that you have to kind of get yourself grounded, get your affairs in order, and learn exactly what it is that you need to learn in order to stabilize your life. So if you've been going through a very chaotic period of time, I mean, this is definitely a clear indication that you're doing your best to get away from that energy. So that way you can, give yourself a fighting chance in order to, not deal with so much chaos. I get a period of chaos in this person's life. And a lot of it is done because maybe there were some minor details that you needed to pay attention to. Like, for example, were you using too much of your finances when, you thought you had a lot of money and instead you didn't have much? Did you not see the signs of a particular love interest? And then that person began to betray you, and then you just kind of overlooked it for a period of time until it was no longer, avoidable. It's about paying attention to the signs that things or people show us, or at least to the minor details, indicating where we need to pay more close attention to. So it's like the devil's in the details a bit for this. In the recent past, you had the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. That's a pretty difficult card. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, which, wow, okay. So Gemini, if you have gone through a very strong loss, financial loss, because the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and then also the Five of Pentacles, in the upright, that is almost as strong of reading as what I got for Taurus when they had the Five of Swords. I mean, they had the Ten of Swords, and then they had the Five of Cups. You have the Ten of Pentacles, and then you have the Five of Pentacles. 5 plus 10 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6 of Pentacles. So right now you may be receiving help or financial assistance from people in order to get by with some of the issues that you may be facing. And what I get from here, I'm getting an energy. I'm almost getting an energy. If this resonates for like one or two people, then mission accomplished. But I'm getting the energy that someone made a horrible investment. Maybe they invested in a business, they offered some venture capital, or they invested in a kind of cryptocurrency where they lost a lot. I mean, a lot of money. And this person is now dealing with some financial upheaval. Maybe also they overspent. And now that they've overspent, they have to come back into better financial abundance. And that is, again, evidencing this Daughter of Pentacles in the reverse as the challenge. Because what it shows is that, you made some poor decisions, and this happens. And it's fine that we have to face up to those decisions. But now it's time to get orderly, because in the future, if things don't change, you have the Fool reverse and then the Father of Swords reverse. Normally the King of Swords, if it doesn't relate to a narcissist in a love reading or in a work setting, it can indicate someone who is poor at planning, someone who allows their emotions to rule them, or that doesn't look at all the details, and that hasn't been able to master the sword yet. And I'm getting the phrase, don't be the fool, don't be a fool. Clarify these two, Father of Swords and the Fool. So yeah, we have Seven of Swords reverse. It's going to be found out now. So let's say, for instance, you're not the cause of all of this taking place. And for example, someone stole from you. It's going to be found out. So if you invested money in a business and someone stole that money from the business, and I think you may catch this person red-handed. That's what I'm getting from this reading. If this is you, yourself, then the forms of self-sabotage that you had leading up to this point in which you experienced this financial swan song, you're going to have to face those difficult burdens and the actions and the activities that you took leading up to this point. And that's going to be a painful realization that you have to make, but you will have to make it nonetheless. If you're a Gemini that has basically experienced a job loss, because the Ten of Pentacles normally is a career or a legacy card, and then you have the Five of Pentacles next to that. If you've experienced a job loss, number one, I can say my heart goes out to you, because this is the pandemic people should really be talking about, is the joblessness and the homelessness, pandemic. Additionally, if you lost out, you could be feeling that financial pinch. So whoever you have to rely on for that to, get out of that situation, you're doing your best to try to overcome that financial setback. But it's going to be incumbent upon you in the near future to have a solid plan. There is no more overlooking details, because when it affects your material, we can get by. For example, we can be functional such and such. For example, we can be functional but depressed. We can be functional but have some kind of borderline personality disorder. We can be functional but be a heroin addict or an alcoholic or things like that. It's very difficult for us to be functional broke people. It's some people on Instagram will do it, and they'll pretend that they live the good life when in fact they're penniless and they're just fishing for likes and they're not able to really monetize anything. That's all coming to the fore. So if you have been faking it until you make it, you won't be able to fake it anymore. So that's only if it applies to you. So just take it that way. That way, just like, I'm not really trying to be insulting about that, but that's what the cards are revealing to me. So in the core of your reading, what we have is the Three of Wands. You're waiting for a new opportunity to come to your life. And we have the Father of Cups. So that's the King of Cups in the reverse. The waiting that you've had to do to overcome this financial setback is causing you to lose your shit a little bit. And I'm just going to say it that way. I don't care if I get flagged or whatnot. But the King of Cups in the upright normally is someone who is able to manage their emotions amidst the chaos that ensues in their life. But in the reverse, it's someone who is either emotionally manipulative or it's someone who is not emotionally stable. And so because I don't really see you manipulating anyone in this reading, it's kind of like you're waiting for something and you're like, God, why is this taking so long? Why is that check coming in and taking ages? Why, am I not able to find the job that is going to help get me out of this situation? Why is it, why are my ships not coming in? And so it's important for us to kind of stabilize and ground our emotions, even though it can be a very difficult thing, especially when our material world, which is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, being directly attacked by the situation we find ourselves in. And at the crown of all of this, we have the Two of Wands reverse, evidencing the Four of Swords. So sometimes the two of Wands can indicate someone who needs to take either an active decision or an active role in their life. But even more so, it indicates someone who has had poor planning in the past or did not see certain things coming to them right before they, leapt into their life. So for example, if you didn't see like a financial setback coming or getting laid off or getting, dealt a heavy blow by a boss, then, I think you have been contemplating on this a little bit and reflecting on like kind of like the difficult decisions that you've made or like the poor misjudgments that you've made in the past, even if it relates to people that you've allowed into your life and that you thought were going to be a part of your life. So say, for example, you were working with a boss and the boss is like, yeah, you're a number one guy or you're a number one girl. And then all of a sudden they fire you and like you became a useful idiot to someone. Well, then that makes it really difficult because, it feels like an energy of being betrayed. And that can happen. That happens a lot in the business world, especially the corporate world, which I think there are some nice people in the corporate world, but overall it is a bloodthirsty cult of individuals which can do some backstabbing, shit talking and all sorts of nasty things, which is another reason why I kind of like doing YouTube, because I don't have anyone to work for but myself. Comment in the you can comment in the comment box below about what you think about the corporate world, or like generally, would you prefer to work for yourself? And if so, what kind of thing would you do as your own personal business or even a side business? I think I'm moving more towards that direction. I'm a Virgo moon. I kind of like being to myself, and I kind of just like doing things where I can go at my own pace and not answering to people, because overall people change and people betray, or that they can at least not be as reliable as we make them out to be, especially when it comes to business. Not to say that there aren't good people in the business world, and I've made a lot of friends along the way who have been loyal and steadfast. It's just, however, when it comes to the trades or the skills that I do, I would prefer to do those on my own. Now, so when we talk about this personal issue reaches a resolution and expect powerful change, maybe this is kind of like the clarity that you'll receive when you tackle this issue head on. But you have to take the initiative in order for this to happen. So if you have financial issues or setbacks, you have to take the initiative to get on any kind of student loan paybacks, or to get your affairs in order for your mortgage or anything. You may have to downsize, you may have to cut cost wherever you can cut cost in your life. And I think by doing that, you'll be able to get your affairs in order, or get your house in order, which is going to be very important for you. Now, for the outcome, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but steady, you're going to reach that cumulative point where you can start to make significant, impactful, and lasting changes. And once again, we have the Strength in the reverse. Clarifying that, I keep getting the phrase slow but steady wins the race. Rather than rushing around with a lot of chaotic energy, it's important for you to take pragmatic steps. Unlike the Sagittarius reading where they're nearly towards the finish line, they're getting where they need to go. I think Gemini, you've just started the race. And now it's important for you to make sure that every step that you take is a step granted towards resolving the issues and the conflicts in your life. If you can do that, this will give you the chance to really make progress in tackling the issues surrounding your difficulties. Because the advice right now is Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. When we look at the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, normally in the upright, it's someone who is, they're disciplined, they're focused, they have the bird on their arm, which allows them to, communicate that they're taming, their energies in order to make themselves wholly abundant. In the reverse, this is a person who's not doing that. So simply put, if you feel that you're having to rely on other people quite a bit, and you feel maybe like you've been burdening them in order to get your own house in order, don't think too negatively of it, but on the other hand, make the effort and take the initiative to get out of it, because we have here the Six of Wands. No, let me see, what is this? Is that the Six of Wands? It is. Okay. So basically, with the Six of Wands, it indicates victory, but in this I see the butterfly. I may have been reading another sign probably incorrectly when it came to the 6 cards. Maybe not, I'm not sure. I'll have to go back. I'm getting used to this deck, I apologize. Anyways, we have the Six of Wands here, and that's victory. But what we see here, we have the sticks at the bottom. Then we have this beautiful butterfly at the top, and the butterfly indicates a kind of transformation. So I think that you can move from an energy where you feel that you have financial lack and you have codependency into a period where you do receive success. And then eventually you can transform your life into a better, more healthy kind of area. I do believe that you can manifest a positive outcome for this for the month of June. What I generally see you doing is getting your house in order, making the initial steps to plan this time and not live day by day, paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to channel too much Gemini or Piscean energy in this. You need to be more cardinal, because we did have the cardinal moon here. Be bold and take the first move. Cardinal signs rule a lot of kind of like the executive powers of the zodiac, because they are the ones that get the things done initially. The Librans make the first move to charm people and to start the intellectual conversations. We have the Aries, which makes the first action normally. They're selfish, but they fucking get things done. And then you have, the Cancers, who are the ones that nurture. They're the ones that bring life into this world. And then they nurture the people on the emotional level, like as children. And then you have Capricorn, who's the executive, incarnate. They're the ones that are amazing representatives of businesses or executive decision making. Even at the government level, they represent the government as well. So they're the ones that take the initiative to grow businesses and to make lasting legacies. They would be the Ten of Pentacles and the upright. So it's time for you to start channeling that cardinal energy and get things done. We cannot live in a position where we feel that, we can be lackadaisical or, easy come, easy go when it comes to the way your life is, because it will crumble the foundation of your life and you will experience a nasty tower moment, which is probably what you're going through right now. When you think that things are safe, think again. My whole philosophy behind life, dealing with the whole death and rebirth cycle constantly, is that when you get comfortable, that's when things start to get uncomfortable. That's when you'll lose your house. That's when you'll have to move. That's when you'll have to change. I do not believe that, at least in my life, in my particular incarnation on this planet to date, that comfort is lasting. Like, I'm constantly feeling like if things are too complacent, the universe is going to kick my Legos over and make me start again. They will put me through a tower moment. And I've been through several tower moments in my life that I will never forget. And the cycle continues to grow from there. So Gemini, if you feel that you're going through that, know that you can come out of this on top. I think that you'll be okay. This card kept showing up at the bottom of the deck. I think maybe I should read this from the Oracle deck. But it says, don't let pride get in your way. That's also another full moon sign in Leo. If you need help, don't be too proud to ask. But additionally, don't be too proud to make the choice to come out of that situation. And don't be afraid, if this is someone that's affecting your savings and your finances and things like that, don't be afraid to put those people in check or in place. Call the authorities if you have to. And if you have already done that, good job. But, cleaning up this mess that the person has made is going to take some time and energy and a lot of resources and a lot of planning to, I almost get like legal proceedings in this, but I don't see the justice card here per se. But I get the situation that either A, you have kind of, fucked up a lot of your finances, and or you've lost a job and now you're trying to come out of the chaos from that, or B, someone has stolen something from you, or you've made a bad investment and that has created the situation that's unfolded in these cards. But despite all of that, I'm rooting for you. I hope that, you're able to come out of this on top, and please be safe in doing all of that. But I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much again. This has been Aluminum Tarot. I've been reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2024. Thanks so much for watching this. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, and subscribe. Please ding that notification bell so that you can catch all the future readings from your signs. And as well, if you like a personal reading, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to give you a nice, happy reading that's at a decent, good rate. I'm not one of those types of people that charges over 100 of any currency, well, of most currencies like US, British pound or euro, things like that. I like to keep mine nice and simple for the introductory rate. And that way I can get access to people and people can have access to my services. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure to read for you, and all the best, love and light. And until next time, bye now.